Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Untethered Daily with myself, Noah Hammond. This is the show where after I meditate, I tap into my intuition or my deep inner knowing that I believe we all have access to and the ability to develop a relationship with. And what's up, guys? Welcome to the show. And I download a message of growth and expansion for myself, first and foremost, and for others who get value out of it as well. Just came back from 5 days in the mountains, hitting hot springs, jumping in cold water. What's up, Sam? Good to see you, bud. Just got back from recharging up in the mountains, I was just saying. And so feeling good, feeling replenished. Always necessary to unplug. Went totally social media free, technology free for 5 days and really just hung out with the mountains, with nature, jumped in some freezing cold lakes and rivers and some hot springs and really replenished. So let's see what's coming through today. What wisdom would most benefit myself and all other beings involved? This is cryptic, but let's see where it's going. Life is suffering until it is not. If you think about any environment that is designed to grow a being, it is typically not an environment of ease. Right? The baby must leave the womb. The womb is the safest, most ease-filled, most restful place. But the baby must leave the womb. Definitely, especially from the human, for the human race, the baby leaves the womb really early and moves into a world where they are completely ill-equipped to actually handle even the most basic things like acquiring food and shelter and safety. And so it's at that point where obviously the parents are responsible for providing food and shelter and safety. But to the point that you're sharing right now, it's about the fact that the baby comes out of an environment of total ease and rest and safety and into an environment of challenge for the purpose of growth and development. So going back to where this started, life is suffering until it is not. What's up, Bjorn? What's up, Gail? What's up, guys? What's up, Steve? Nice to see you guys. So life is suffering until it is not. The value of that statement is that we recognize that our job really is not to be in an environment that constantly challenges us, that constantly thwarts us, that constantly makes us feel less than or not enough. The value or the virtue of this sentiment is to recognize that life is suffering until it is not. Life is hard until it is not. Life is challenging until it is not. Right? And there'll always be that kind of dynamic happening between the two where victories are had and ease is experienced, and then new challenges arise and growth is encouraged, and then victories are had and ease is experienced, and that'll sort of continue for anyone who's on a growth path. That's a lifelong journey, but life is suffering until it is not, and that's 100% a development of your cognitive, your cognition of life. Right? Two people can look at the same event and one person can say, oh, how tragic, and another person can say, wow, what a miracle. The same event can cause the complete polar opposite reactions in one person. Just like there's always a silver lining in the most difficult challenges you've ever experienced in your life. And so there's a meta shift being invited in where you recognize that your days living life in this specific incarnation, in this specific physical body, this specific experience of life, in this specific time frame, in this specific country, in this specific experience of reality, whether that's the way our government is, or the way our economy is, or the way these larger flows of human dynamics are, the way global health is, or whatever it is, you're only going to get to experience this once. This is the one time that you get to experience this exact experience of life, regardless of if we come back into other incarnations or not. You only get this one once. And so life is suffering until it is not. And you choose suffering, or you lack the ability to choose not suffering until you don't. Right? Life is suffering until it is not. Okay, cool. That's it. Action step for today. What can we do to put this advice into play in our lives? It's very esoteric. How do we ground this in? Simple. Choose one place in your life where you're seeing suffering or you're seeing challenge, and first start by journaling. What would you need to do to see this as opportunity, as growth, as love? Find that silver lining in what you consider to be the most challenging thing in your life right now, and you'll see the pathway open up for life to go from suffering to not, to go from suffering to empowerment. And that's one of the meta skills of an untethered entrepreneur or a spiritual warrior in this world. We have to be able to walk in a room filled with suffering and, like Mother Teresa, bring the light, and by no means suffer yourself as you do so. So hopefully that's been helpful, guys. Good to see you all back in the world. So I'll be back tomorrow with another Untethered Daily, sending lots of love, good energy your way, and talk to you all again soon. Cheers.